Puerto Rico is an unincorporated territory of the United States located in the Caribbean. It has been under U.S. jurisdiction since 1898, when it was acquired from Spain as part of the Treaty of Paris following the Spanish-American War. Despite its long-standing ties to the United States, Puerto Rico remains a territory rather than a state, and the reasons why it has not become a state are complex and multifaceted. One of the main factors that has prevented Puerto Rico from becoming a state is the lack of a clear consensus among Puerto Ricans themselves on the issue. Puerto Rico has held 5 non-binding referendums on its status since 1967, and in each case, the results have been inconclusive. Some Puerto Ricans argue that the territory should become a state, while others prefer to maintain the current arrangement or even seek independence. Another factor that has hindered Puerto Rico's path to statehood is the reluctance of some members of the U.S. Congress to admit the territory as a state. Some opponents of statehood argue that Puerto Rico's economy is not strong enough to sustain the obligations of statehood, such as contributing to the federal budget and holding national elections. Others have expressed concern about the potential political implications of adding a predominantly Spanish-speaking and culturally distinct region to the United States. In recent years, however, the movement for Puerto Rican statehood has gained momentum. In 2012, a majority of Puerto Rican voters expressed support for statehood in a non-binding referendum. In 2020, Puerto Rico's Governor Wanda Vázquez-Garst sent a letter to congressional leaders requesting statehood, citing the territory's economic challenges and the need for equal treatment under the law. In March 2021, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill that would make Puerto Rico a state, although the bill faces uncertain prospects in the Senate. Regardless of its status as a territory, Puerto Rico has a unique relationship with the United States. Its residents are U.S. citizens, although they cannot vote in presidential elections and do not have voting representation in Congress. They are subject to federal laws and regulations, but do not pay federal income taxes, although they do pay other federal taxes, such as Social Security and Medicare. Puerto Rico's economic situation has also been a factor in the statehood debate. The territory has faced a long-term economic crisis, with high levels of debt and unemployment. In 2016, Congress passed the Puerto Rico Oversight, Management, and Economic Stability Act, PROMESA, which created a financial oversight board to manage the territory's debt and oversee its budget. Some advocates of statehood argue that Puerto Rico's economic challenges could be addressed more effectively as a state, with access to additional federal resources and the ability to vote on national economic policies. In conclusion, Puerto Rico's status as a U.S. territory is a complex issue with historical, political, and economic dimensions. The territory has been under U.S. jurisdiction for more than a century, and its residents are U.S. citizens, but they lack full political representation and the ability to vote in national elections. The question of whether Puerto Rico should become a state has been debated for decades, with no clear consensus among Puerto Ricans or members of Congress. While the movement for statehood has gained momentum in recent years, the ultimate fate of Puerto Rico's relationship with the United States remains uncertain.